How can you take a boring product shot like this and turn it into something a little more dynamic without investing in more props or gear? Hello everyone, my name is Alexi De La Cuesta and I've been a freelance content creator slash videographer for about 5+ years now. And today I'm partnering up with Adobe to show you how exactly I use the new Adobe Stock to transform boring shots like this and turn them into something where you can charge more for. When I first started out in my freelance journey, I always thought investing in the newest type of gear or props was the way to go when it comes to shooting high quality content. But of course, over the years, I learned that wasn't the case. For me personally, a lot of the creativity comes in the production, specifically utilizing more stock footage. So let me break it down more inside Adobe. All right, so I just opened up Adobe and added in my clips that I shot earlier today. And I went ahead and color graded it and sequenced it the way I like it. Right now, it's just a basic sequence or a basic cut. So you can kind of see right here as I press play. Boom, boom, boom. And then showing off some of what the product is. And I'm going to show you how I kind of go through this creative process using the Adobe Stock Panel. Now the panel lives directly inside Adobe Premiere, which is honestly huge because that means I don't have to be switching to a browser to download things. And that's honestly one of the biggest problems I have when it comes to editing my content is, having to look into a third-party website and find the perfect sound effect or just like really any assets in general. And so as you can see here, I just opened up Adobe Stock and you can see there's tons of different assets that you could actually use. And so it has a couple of categories that you can kind of shift through, like video backgrounds, some titles, like text titles, some smoke, some cool video overlays, animation, lower thirds, transitions, green screen, and then you can find some music down here and some sound effects if you want. And so for this edit right here, I kind of want to do a grungy feel. I know like the lighting doesn't really reflect that, but what's really cool is that we can kind of make that happen with some of the assets that you can find on the panel here. And so this sequence right here where it kind of does a quick cut, boom, 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 and it showcases the product here. I want to have some sort of video overlay or video overlay transition in between this first clip and this last clip right here. So what I'll do is go into Adobe Stock, and then if I scroll down into transitions, now what's really cool about this is that you can actually preview before you license these assets, and you can do it as many times as you want, meaning that you don't have to commit to a certain asset once you download it. So I'm gonna take a look here. This is something I was interested in, which is the grunge transition pack. So I'll overlay it on top of my sequence right here, and then I'll set the blend mode to screen, and we'll just take a look what that looks like. Ooh, that's kind of clean. I'll actually add another grunge transition at the beginning too, maybe like right here. So what I'll do is object mask tool, and this is a really handy tool I really love using. The wallet here. Okay, so once I have this part masked, what I'll do is I'll actually go back into my assets. And so I really do like this animation where it's kind of going around like this, boom, boom, boom. And I'll add that underneath my main clip, and then we'll set it to blend mode screen. We'll go under this and we'll actually invert it and then put it on opacity. So we have this really cool, like, look at that, that's pretty cool. It's kind of like wrapping around the product there. So that's how I would turn a really boring, shot into something a little more interesting. So one more thing that's missing about this video is obviously some sound design. And so what I'll do is I'm gonna go down here, go to maybe transition, sound effects. So I'm looking for a kind of a glitchy sound effect to kind of match this kind of grungy look right here. I think I like this one right here. So we're gonna take a look at that. So preview version. So we're gonna add that in, see what that looks like. Nice. And I think we're kind of missing another one. We're missing a whoosh effect. We're gonna layer another sound effect. So I'm gonna go up here and type in whoosh. So I like this one right here. Going to license that. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the edit. I'm quite happy with this. There's a couple other things I would do at the end, like adding a graphic text that's kind of popping up behind this hero shot to complete it. But overall, this is my creative process on how I would turn a boring shot into something a little more dynamic using Adobe Stock. I'm gonna be showing you the before and after of this sequence. I want to give a huge shout out to Adobe for supporting me on this video. Now you can actually sign up to Adobe Stock today and you'll be able to have access to millions of assets just like the ones I showed you today. And with the unlimited plan, you're not counting towards downloads or worrying about cost per asset. So if you want to enhance your product shots just like how I did in this video without having to do any extra pre-production, then sign up for the Adobe Stock and get the unlimited plan today.